Hey everyone, what's going on? This is DK from Adventures in Dirt. I want to welcome you to a live stream. Hey, we're live on a Sunday, right? No weekly dirt today. I'm on vacation, so just hanging out with you and decided to go live here, and we'll look at some finds I came up with recently and just chat. I was already checking out the chat room. There's a bunch of you already showing up already. Nick and Molnar, good to see you. First in, looked like. Yeah, Nugget Brain Peterson. Wayne, how you doing? Good to see you. We dig it. Hey, welcome to the live stream. You guys in the chat, make sure you let me know if the audio's coming through okay and if the video's coming through okay. Just let me know how things are looking out there. I saw Patrick with Amphibious Detecting came in, and Brian Kirsterson. Welcome, hey, from West Virginia. Welcome into the live stream here. Digologist is joining us tonight. Thank you for coming. Just looking through here. Yeah, I didn't have Mark Kuss is in the house. Awesome. Good to see you. Rick Jones. Minin Hawaiian. Hey, good. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Detecting Smith showing up. Detecting with Deej is here. Hey, everyone's starting to roll in. So yeah, no weekly dirt this week. You know, hey, I could have probably done one, but I'm on vacation, man. I don't take very many vacations. I had some time to burn up. I took a lot at the beginning of this year, but didn't really, and burned up a lot of it. So didn't have a lot left over, but I definitely wanted to use it before you lose it, right? So I took Thursday and Friday off, and then I'll have Monday off. And I told myself I was going to try to do a lot of detecting within that time. And sure enough, I was able to get out once. I'm going to get a chance to go out again tomorrow. I was able to get out yesterday. And yeah, so that's always a good thing, right? When you can take the time to get out. So let me just check the chat here. Let me make sure I've got it on live chat. I do. Yep. Got to swing, man. You got to get out there. Weigold's good to see you. Edward Fry, hello, hee-haw. How's it going, buddy? Yeah, have you guys been on Dirt Devil Detecting Adventures? Hey, man, how's it going? You guys been able to get out much? Let me know in the chat if you guys have been able to get out and do some digging. Let me know where you're digging. Like, what kind of sites are you guys digging? Are you guys in fields? Are you still door knocking with all this COVID stuff going on? Like what are you guys doing? Somebody give me a thumbs up for the sound. Let me see. Sounding good. Wes. Hey, Wes Stringer's in the house. Good to see you, Wes. Just going back through here. Mod002. Hello. Good to see you. Don't think I've seen you on my chats before, so welcome. Clark's Cove is in the house. Hey, welcome, buddy. And yeah, so I hope you guys are able to get out and do some swinging. I still pay attention to all your videos, and yeah, I pulled some together. I actually had some ready to go to make a weekly dirt. And then just at the last minute, I was like, you know what? I'm on vacation. I'm just not going to do it. Take some time, spend some time doing some other stuff. I started playing this new video game, Borderlands 3. I don't know how many gamers out there, but all my kids were telling me I had to get into it because I was really into the Borderlands 2 games. And I like those first-person shooter type games. And started playing that and just enjoying myself while I'm off work, you know, getting away from it. At the end of this year, I think 2020 has been crazy for everyone, right? So anytime you can take for yourself, whether to get out to do some detecting or just whatever you enjoy, please make sure you take time to do that, because we've all had it up to here with stress this year, right? It's been crazy. Ambient Girl Digs. Nancy's in the house. How you doing, Nancy? Good to see you. Ken Angler's in the house. Want to say hello to you. Looking through the chat. Yeah, so Adventure Archaeology. Hey, man, what's up? You're playing Borderlands. That's good, Brandon. That's good. Yeah, number 3 is really, really a lot of fun. And yeah, just got a chance to go out detecting yesterday with my Eureka Treasure Hunters Club. So for those you don't know, I belong to a treasure hunting club here in Denver called Eureka. And they haven't been able to get together for their monthly meetings because of COVID, so they've been doing them on Zoom. And they also haven't gotten together for their monthly hunts that they usually do. But twice a month on Fridays, they do what they call the Breakfast Club. Now, before COVID, they would meet at this restaurant, have breakfast, and then after breakfast in the parking lot, decide what park they were going to go to and just head on out. and go hit some park. And just it gave new members a chance to come by, bring their machines, or even if they wanted to get into metal detecting and didn't have a machine yet, they were invited to come to these breakfast club hunts. People would let them borrow a machine and kind of show them what metal detecting is all about. So it's really cool. But on Fridays, I don't really get a chance to ever join them because I'm always working. But got a chance yesterday because I'm on vacation. I took some time off. So that was cool. Went out, and I know a lot of you probably saw, scored me a ring. It's always cool when you're in a park and you can score a ring. This one's a beauty. See if I can show this to you guys. I know a lot of you probably, if you're members of my Facebook group, probably have seen it already. It's just a honker of a gold and diamond ring that absolutely blew me away when it came out of the dirt. It wasn't down too deep. It was basically just under the grass. And there it goes. But yeah, I don't think it's not real. It's not real gold. It's got to be plated costume jewelry or something. I mean, it's heavy, but it's not heavy enough to be real gold. And there's no K marks inside of it. It's just the channel size 7s marked inside here. And then there looks like 2 G's, like interlocking G's, as the manufacturer mark that's in there. So if anybody knows what those 2 interlocking G's kind of go in the same direction is, let me know what you think. But I don't have a diamond tester yet. Actually, I asked for one for Christmas. We'll see if it comes, right? But I wouldn't think that if it's not marked 14K or 18K or something like that. The yellow's just a little too yellow, a little too shiny. You know how that goes, right? So still a cool ring. My wife likes it. Just her size, too, size 7. So that was cool. We had a good time. Let me check chat, see how everyone's doing. Raymond61. Ray, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming on and being my moderator tonight. That's awesome. Keep all that riffraff in line, Ray. You guys watch it. Ray's in the house now. Yeah. So what's everyone doing? Let me scroll back here a minute. Slippo, hello from the UK. Hey, man, you guys are still on lockdown out there? Or have they relaxed that finally a little bit? I know that you were on lockdown, then they released it, and then they put you back on lockdown. And I know a lot of my buddies out there from the detecting field are really struggling with it because they're not able to get out. But I haven't checked lately. Oh, my gosh. So let me just try to catch up. Who else? Hey, Charlie's in the house. Heritage Relic Hunter. Good to see you, man. He detected a colonial tavern today. It was crazy. Boy, a tavern where they drink and get drunk and drop change and drop coins. I bet you found a ton of them. I would imagine you found a ton of them. Yeah, Jet Ski John from the UK in the house. First day out today for him after his heart attack. That's right, John. I hope that you are still on the mend. So I guess that you're not on lockdown anymore. If you can still get out, or did you just kind of pop out to one of your private permissions and on the private land and get out there and tackle it? But I wish you a ton of health and healing getting back from your heart attack. So my thoughts are with you, buddy. Good luck to you. Great channel. If you guys haven't checked out Jesky John 2006, man, talk about finding the old stuff over there. Good channel. Yeah. Nancy, she said, I love the idea of a live show, Adventures in Dirt. And I said, yeah, if I wasn't going to do a weekly dirt, I may as well just go live for a little while. I could probably hang out here for an hour tonight and talk about some stuff and show you some of these finds. I got some finds pulled from England. I got my old, digging in Virginia finds pulled. And you guys let me know what you want to see. I've got a bunch of my old iron scrap and stuff from we dig a lot of farms out here. We dig a lot of old house sites. Colorado's history, right, doesn't go back earlier than, say, 1850s. And even then, it was just fur traders and people starting to come out for the gold rush of 1849 on the West Coast. And everyone from the East started pushing west. Soldiers came out here to protect civilians, and it turned into a lot of trouble. They built forts out here to house soldiers. There actually was a Civil War battle down Glorieta Pass down near New Mexico and Colorado border. that local Union soldiers were involved in. But so we're always finding Union soldier relics, and that's our goal, man. I never thought I would here in Colorado, but we've gotten on some permissions thanks to Tony and Beth, my digging partners, because they've been doing a lot of research. And it's sort of out in their area of Colorado. They're down south where I'm is up north, and they've just been doing a great job. So thanks, we dig it. Congrats on the rings. Excellent. Hey, Gone Digging is in the house. Matt, good to see you. Man, you've been turning out the videos lately. And that bottle, that was an onion bottle, right? Holy cow, Matt. You've always wanted to find one of those, and you finally found it. Let me know in the chat if you're still hanging out when that video is coming out. Man, amazing, right? Out with Steve Andrews. Yeah, you guys look like you had a blast, and I can't wait to see that video. Tell me what year that bottle's from. Isn't that like 1600, something like that, earlier? Pretty cool. Pretty amazing. Easy Digging. Hey, how good to see you. Traveling Troy is in the house. All right, yeah. If you guys have questions, it's easier if you just kind of start to type the @ shift number 2 there, and start to type Adventures in Dirt, and you'll see my name pop up. And if you just tag me in it, it really highlights it in the chat, and I can definitely see your question. And Ray, if you're still around, help me out by putting stuff up in front of me if you would. Am I sign up for any 2021 events? Not yet. I still owe my wife a vacation sometime between now and any time that I go do any 2021 events. So we have to do that to pull that off here. You know, with the COVID restriction stuff, we kind of just haven't wanted to go anywhere. But there's a number of events I want to go to. I'll tell you that. There's one in the spring called, what is that one? Detect Fest. I got my buddy Kevin Dowd with Potter County Diggers saving a spot for me at his campsite so I can go out there because it's a big camp-in type hunt. Of course, there's Digstock. We're actually going to have the organizers of that on my podcast, on the Relics Radio podcast with Digging with Seven and myself here in a few weeks. Have you guys been checking out that podcast? You guys fans of Relics Radio podcast every Thursday night at 8 p.m. on Spreaker.com. You just search Relics Radio. You'll be able to find it. But Seven with Digging with Seven and I do every Thursday night at 8 p.m. We have guests on, talk to them about all kinds of different things. We got some great guests coming up too. We've got Getting Diggy With It coming on with us. We've got Nora Savette coming on with us. We've got Aquachigger trying to get some time set to come on with us. We've just got a lot of great, the Digstock guys coming on with us. We're trying to get Man Plus River on, come on with us. We just had, who was it? We just had Trip and Dive on, great guests. So if you guys like podcasts, definitely check that one out. Relics Radio. BC Treasure Trails, good to see you. He's lurking. That's fine. I do that all the time. It's easy to listen in, hard to watch. Kep Valley Diggers, good to see you. Edsel Weaver, welcome. Yeah, a lot of you showing up. I really appreciate you coming out. Again, just no weekly dirt this week, but I did want to come talk to you guys a little bit. Mark the Berg Hunter's in. That's right. Good to see you too. And I did get your message there, Mark. Yeah, we can definitely hook up and have you come on as my co-host some night. That'd be awesome. I didn't have a ton of stuff to, organize for this live stream. I always like to have something planned before I live stream. I just don't want to come on and blabber, but I do it usually. Usually that's what I do, right? Beth called in for tomorrow. That's right. We're going out tomorrow. She called in so we can go hit it. We're going to go hit a property tomorrow that's got a lot of history to it. It's got an old stage stop. It's got an old cheese factory. It's got an old post office nearby. It's got just all kind of old cabin on it, all kinds of old stuff. I'm telling you. And the last time I was there, Beth showed me something the landowner showed her, which was a grave of a Civil War soldier who came out this way after the war. And it prompted me to do tons of research on the guy and just find out everything I could about him. And isn't that the best? Isn't that the best when you can touch history like that. Like, I didn't know anything about that guy. And now I feel like I'm connected to him, like I'm family somehow. But absolutely amazing. I mean, the guy, went in as a private. He was in Illinois. I have all the information of his entire service. He was wounded at the Battle of, was it Stones River? Something like that. It's not in my head. Or Stones River, Battle of Stones River. He was wounded there. He was taken prisoner. He was at Andersonville prison. He got out. He was promoted first lieutenant, sergeant, and then up to captain. And then he passed away here in Colorado, in the area that we're digging, in the area that we're detecting in. So the landowner's really into history. She's just amazingly into history. She's gone out detecting with Beth and Tony a couple times. She's really into it, and she owns a ton of property. And it's so cool when they're into it like you are. Like, she knows all this information, not only about her property, but all the adjoining properties, and she knows tons of people in the area. Just a wonderful lady, and we are so grateful to have the opportunity to go pull some stuff out of there. American Woodland Relics, Paul, how's your buddy Tony? Tony's doing good. Tony caught the COVID, and he went on the mend. He quarantined, and he got through it okay, and he's actually on the mend, and he's better. I'm hoping he's going to join us tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So thanks for asking, Paul. I know he's doing much, much better. It was interesting talking to him as he went through that. Pretty interesting. Dances with Wolf Stuff's Gone Digging says, Matt, absolutely, it sure is. As a matter of fact, earlier this year, you can go on you can go on Adventures in Dirt and check it out. Detecting at a Secret Location is the name of the video. If you want to go give that a look. The guy published his paper now, so I can actually release some more information about it, because we had promised him we wouldn't release the exact location. But it actually is the town of Julesburg. Back in the day, it was home of Fort Sedgwick, which was the fort that Dances with Wolves went to. And it was an old fort out there, and it changed from the town of Sedgwick to Julesburg. And it was an old Pony Express stop, and we got permission to go out there with an archaeologist with us and find what we can find and flag everything. And then a team of archaeologists were coming behind us and GPS marking the location and documenting everything we found. And then they were able to take that and put it into a mapping program. And we found so many square nails because what happened was there was a huge Indian battle there. After the Sand Creek Massacre here in Colorado, a bunch of the tribes, man, the Cheyenne, the Arapaho, not the Utes, but the Sioux, they got together and they brought about 1,000 Indians, 1,000 warriors down to Julesburg to sack the town of Julesburg. And I asked them why that town of Julesburg, because it was only the town. When I say town of Julesburg, I'm talking 6 dusty buildings and a warehouse building and a stage stop. That was the town of Julesburg. Well, I guess they had a huge warehouse there where they supplied the area, and eventually the train would come into Colorado, and that's where it would kind of go to. So they went and they attacked the town. The soldiers came out of Fort Sedgwick, which was just down the road about a quarter mile. They could see it from there. And they came rushing down with their weapons, firing at the Indians. But as soon as they got down to the town and looked up on the bluff, they saw about 1,000 Indians. They had only sent like 40 down to attack the town. There was about 1,000 of them up on this ridge. It sounds just like a movie, right? Can you just picture it, just them all lined up on top of this ridge? So the soldiers firing their rifles and pulling the townsfolk back. And as soon as they cleared the town, the Indians burnt the town down. So all these square nails dropped straight down to the ground. So as we were finding them, that actually gave the outline of exactly where the buildings were. How cool is that? Because then they could because no one ever really knew exactly where the buildings were. Well, they do now, thanks to our efforts. And the archaeologist wrote a real cool piece about working together with metal detectorists, professional metal detectorists. They actually called our HART team out, our Historical Artifact Recovery team, out of our treasure hunting club, the Utica Treasure Hunting Club, to go out there and help him document and find these things. And they found eagle buttons, and they found like eagle scents and all kinds of things from sort of 1858 period. The Pony Express stop, I think, stopped in 1861 or something like that in that area. But it was just really cool. We actually found a bunch of cartridges, Henry cartridges, which it was the Iowa 7th that was there in Sedgwick, and that kind of tied to the Henrys that they were using. And from determining where the rounds that we located were versus the shells, we actually were setting a fire pattern to see what direction truly they were firing in. So we kind of can then judge where the Indians were up on this ridge. Because when you look out on the horizon, you see a long ridge. You don't know exactly where they were. Well, they have a pretty good guess now as to where they were based on the finding of our cartridges and the finding of the spent bullet fragments and bullets out there in the field. So detecting at a secret location, if you go back to my channel and check that video out, it's a really cool one. But we've been digging these old house sites, these old farm sites. Let me check in with the chat real quick. Texas Plug Rich is good to see you. I don't think I've seen you in here. Welcome. Yeah, first time to see Opportunity Knocks. It's a great channel, man. I love that. Love that channel name. Good to see you. What did I miss? Oh, Beth, good luck. Good luck teaching your kid how to drive at night. Good luck. Lots of patience. And I will see you in the morning because we're going to get together and go dig. That's awesome. Beach Blast Take 2 will be October 21st. And then I'm working Civil War hunt and seeded hunt. That is so cool. Can't wait, Matt. Keep me in the loop on that. I'm sure you will, but just keep me in the loop. Yep. Am I buffering? Is somebody saying, yep, Harry, not enough maintained smooth stream. Let me just type in here in case you're not seeing me. Buffering. You guys let me know if I'm buffering. Nope, I'm not buffering. Okay, I am seeing a warning thing come up here on my show that says that it's experiencing a little bit of trouble. We've got really good internet here. So I'm back. So did I go away? We dig it. Let me know. Did I go away for a little while? That's interesting. Let me try and change the settings here real quick. Guys, bear with me real quick. Let's see what this does. Oh, these darn settings, right? Indiana Tones, he says, I have a bag for you. Well, you have a bag for me. What kind of bag is it? A bag of goods? Yeah, so when we go out to these farms, we find all kinds of stuff. Again, just out with my treasure hunting club yesterday, I was able to pull that ring. Showed it to a bunch of you earlier, but maybe some of you weren't here. So pretty cool ring. Diamonds, gold, but I don't think it's real gold. I think it's more costume jewelry. So, and not too long ago, I found that ring. I was out at the park and I actually found this ring. Let me just get that thing to focus and zoom in there. Yeah, it's one of those titanium rings or whatever it is, polished copper, whatever. So that's cool. That one actually fits me. When you go out onto these farm sites and stuff, you see, you find big, huge pieces of horse tack. There's a huge piece of a bit. Pieces of, old horseshoes with nails still in it and stuff. It's all this typical stuff you find. Old spoon from way back when, probably 1920s, 1930s. I'm thinking this old spoon, and of course, plenty of your square nails. That's for sure. Yeah, but found this thing. I didn't know what it was here. Dog's gonna bark his head off here. This is actually an old fuse. I can't get a light on it, so you guys might not see it, but it's the top of an old fuse. Found this actually at a Colorado conservation camp. So let me just check and see how the thing's going. Is it Clark's Code? Come check the channel out. Yep. Let me pop that in there. Go ahead and show that. You're okay with that? And just try and catch up to chat. Let me know if I'm buffering. It seemed to has gone away now. The warning that popped up, MG's in the house. Good to see you. GG in that ring is for Geo Girl. Please send it to him ASAP. Hello, MG. Good to see you. Missed you out on the hunt yesterday with the Treasure Hunting Club. But getting a chance to go out tomorrow, so that would be cool. Yeah, you find, whenever I find like little buckles like this, you know what I mean, that still have the leather in them and stuff, that's always really cool. That has little pieces of leather in it, and they're deteriorating fast. Somebody told me this, I didn't really know this, but this is, you got these old fired cartridges, and they're all flattened, you know what I mean? They're all flattened. One's a Smith & Wesson, the other one's a Henry. Somebody told me, and I didn't know it, but somebody told me that they flatten them like that. When they would spend them, they'd actually get on the ground if they were hunting or something like that, and they would squish them so that the American Indians, the Native American Indians, wouldn't get them and reload them and use them against them. That's pretty interesting. But hey, here in Denver, here in a lot of the different jurisdictions here in Colorado, we are allowed to... we are not allowed to use digging instruments in the parks. So we have to do what they call probe digging. You guys all familiar with probe digging? So probe digging is basically where you take a probe or a screwdriver and you retrieve your target with that. So, and you're not going to obviously do this at any place where you think you're going to be pulling old silver. But again, here in Colorado, you're not going to be pulling old silver out of the parks. Not usually. Very rare if you pull anything pre-1900 out of the parks. So probe hunting is exactly what it's talking about, is you basically put your probe into the ground until you hit the target. Then you pull it out and you put it to the side and you pop up your target, or you make a hole so that you can just go in there and retrieve your target, and then you're just pinching the soil back together, and you don't leave any marks that way. So instead of digging an entire plug, you probe dig. And in many jurisdictions in Colorado, and you have to know it when you come here, which ones you can and which one you can't use digging trowels or shovels at. Generally, any park, you're not going to be using a shovel. But you can always use a probe, and it's just as quick as using a shovel, especially with pinpointers these days. You can put your pinpointer almost right on top of it and pop that thing out. So I forgot mine yesterday when I was out at the park, and Buddy bought me this big thing. This is actually a gasket scraper, but it worked pretty good. You can get in there and pop those things out. So, yeah, probe digging. How about that, huh? You can use your hand digger. It's one of those things that if somebody sees you with like your leash or something, and they're gonna call on you, and it's gonna be a problem. Whereas if they see you with a screwdriver, it's definitely not. But if you use your hand digger, you just insert a cert at an angle, like a slit, and then just go in there with your fingers and try to retrieve the target. The goal is to not be disturbing the ground and such. And the Eureka Treasure Hunting Club has worked really close with a lot of these jurisdictions to get that allowed and get that permitted, so they don't outlaw it at all. As a matter of fact, the guy, a park worker, came and approached us yesterday. There was about 15 of us out there, all spread throughout this park. And he came out and said, "Whoa, no, you guys can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. You can't be digging out here." And of course, what'd we say? Show us we're digging. We're not digging. Show us one place we've been, right? And he was like, "There's asbestos in this ground. You guys can't be digging." And we're like, "Well, why are we letting people play here if there's asbestos in the ground?" So he was going to go tattle on us to his boss and get back to us, and he never did bother us again. But you got to be careful. Joe Setti's in the house, and I want to show you all something. Joe, I'm glad you're here because I want to show you guys something. I want to go over to a website real quick. All right, let's go over here and check this out. Well, why are we letting people play here if there's asbestos in the ground? So he was going to go tattle on us to his boss and get back to us. All right, so this is the Copperheads Metal Detecting channel, and they were detecting this incredible area. And then here comes Mr. Joe Setti, and he pulled something he has been looking for a long time, as are most of us, right? Just absolutely amazing, Joe. You found this, and I wanted to pull this up, so I'm glad you showed up tonight. But check this out. Check this out, Matt.
All right. So, this is
Wow,
Copperhead.
a U.S. box plate. It's just absolutely amazing.
And
Every time those things come out, and it's on top of most people's bucket list. If you're a relic hunter, right there, that's what it's all about, man. Congratulations, Joe. Congratulations. What a find. What a find. Crazy, right? Man, congratulations. Absolutely cool. All right. What did I miss here, guys? What am I missing here? Yeah, we've tried Indiana Tones. Lou, we've tried, we have a big community in our metal detecting club, and we do what we can. We do what we can. Yeah, we're aerating the soil, right, Paul? It's all we're doing. We're just, it's nothing worse than what they do when they aerate the soil, right? All right. Hey, it says it's having trouble again. Gosh, this is so weird. I've got a brand new computer, and I've got gigabit speed internet. I think I've got my settings in a bad way. At my bit rate, I got a 4,000 bit rate, and I might have to reduce that. But if I start buffering, somebody let me know, would you? It says that it's not going to be a smooth video. It's the warning that keeps popping up. If you guys want to see what I'm looking at, that's what I'm looking at. See that big yellow error? That's what's showing me. So we'll keep going, and I'll just keep pushing on. So yeah, if you're just joining us, welcome. I'm DK with Adventures in Dirt, and no weekly dirt this week. Just want to come on and go live stream because I'm on vacation, and want to show you guys something else. Hey, check this out. Let's head on over to England and go check in with the Grim Bleeper. I know that he found this amazing gold ring, and I wanted to show it to you.
we'll keep going.
I always like gold when it's found. Check this out. We'll let this play here for a minute.
Welcome on DK with Adventures in Dirt.
Yeah, when you see that in the dirt, your heart starts to beat so fast, right? Just amazing.
Just want to come on and go live stream because
So I don't know exactly how old that is, but he's going to show it here in a minute. It's 18 karat.
Head on over to England and go check in with. Let's go check in with the Grim.
Very
Bleeper.
cool ring.
He found this amazing gold ring.
I love the gold when it comes out. I always like showing, you guys probably know watching the Weekly Dirt. I always like showing the gold finds. Anytime anybody finds a real or a plate, anything like that high on the bucket list, it's always exciting, and I always love showing it. So congratulations to the Grim Bleeper over there. Hell of a find. Just great gold ring there. Check this thing out. Very cool ring. Yeah, so cool. I love the gold when it comes out. I always like. Wow, look at the detail on that thing. Can you imagine? That is awesome. Man, congratulations, everybody. That's Bob over there. Great, congratulations. Another thing I wanted to show you was Mark wants to know if I checked the gerbil to make sure he's not getting tired. Dale Thompson from Maryland. Hey, excellent. Good to see you, Dale. Boy, you're in a great area over there in Maryland. I was just doing some research over there in Maryland because I became aware of this story from the late 1800s, early 1900s over there in a town in Maryland that it was a newspaper story about a property that an old merchant owned. And the subsequent owners, after he left or after he passed away, as they were tilling the ground to plant the garden, there was all these gold coins that were popping up left and right. And I guess they've found them over the years because there was a newspaper article in 1902 that was, I think, the initial one saying that they had found it and started finding gold coins. And then again in 1920, different owners this time found more gold coins. And so I was doing research to find that location. I was able to do it. I was able to locate and track down exactly what property that was at. And yeah, I wish I lived in Maryland. That would be awesome to go kind of explore that. but everyone's probably heard of it, and everyone's probably been over there to detect the people's land. So, congratulations from being from Maryland. That's right. Yeah, Brian, you're right. Yeah, Grim is a good fella. Sure is. What I wanted to show you is, hey, check out this Real find. It's called, this channel is called Blazing Shovels Metal Detecting. Let's come on over here and check this out. Blazing Shovels Metal Detecting. I think they're on the West Coast. But he's able to, this thing buffers on me now. He's able to pull.
Not as clean as the front because I didn't wipe it, but.
Yeah, Brian, you're right. Yeah, Grim is a good.
Well, I had all this set up, and it seems to have jumped on me. So I don't know why it jumped on me. Well, this one's not going to work. He pulled a Real, and it was amazing. I couldn't believe it. Here you go.
Blazing Shovels Metal Detecting. I think they're near.
Anytime you find Spanish silver, to me, it's just pretty amazing. Look at that. 1792. 1792. Yeah, great find, man. Great find.
Anyway, look at that.
Yeah, keep it in the shot. There it is. Perfect. All right. Congratulations, man. Congratulations to Blazing Shovels Metal Detecting. Yeah. So I had a number of things pulled for the Weekly Dirt show. These were some of them that I was going to show, but yeah, I just didn't feel like editing together. You know how it goes, right? I'm on vacation. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to take a break. I had other stuff to do around the house, and Madison, Maine is in the house. Joel's in the house, looking through, just saying hello to everyone here. Who did I miss? Who snuck in on me while I was away? Scott is in the house. Good to see you. Pat's still hanging out. Larry Dearman, that's right. Larry, BLM popped you for $520 for what? Retrieving stuff out of BLM property? Yeah, and he fought it, and I'm sure you won. BC Treasure Trails? Yep. He's on his third Little Miss Debbie chocolate Christmas treat cake. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Dirt Happens in the house. David Frazier, good to see you. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. Hey, we're just chatting. I'm just trying to follow the chat here. I'm gonna check this out. I found this thing. It's an old. I found this at a Colorado Conservation Corps camp. Pretty cool when you find an old heel, right? An old boot heel. You know, it came from off one of the old work boots there. It still has the old tacks in it. Yeah, it's, it's junk, but it's still pretty cool. It took me going over to England to find a lot of firsts for me. I did. Oldest silver I have right now is actually this old 1813 George III. There, yeah. Can you see it? No, the light's not going to hit it really. The bullhead George, silver sixpence. Yeah, that's a cool little silver coin. Check out this Croto bell, half a Croto bell. They actually are telling me this might be from the 1400s. So really cool because of the designs on it. They were able to let me know they thought it was 1400s. Whereas this other one, it's just a little thing. Whereas this other one, they're saying is more 1700s. It's broken. Whoop! There goes the piece. But it's cool. Croto bells are cool, man. I love Croto bells. These are the only ones I've found. I don't really find them here in Colorado. You don't get a chance to find them very much. But that's a cool Croto bell. Busted. Didn't have any dingers in it, but it had the broken piece was inside of it, so that's pretty cool. This is an old trade weight, medieval, what they call a medieval trade weight. It's really heavy lead, specific size and shape to it. Just like a big old piece of lead. They use it as a weight. And then this is a spindle whorl. This is a medieval spindle whorl that they use to wrap yarn around on a stick, on a steek. But yeah, it's an old spindle wheel. Spin to whirl, spin to whirl, spin to whirl. And another thing I don't find out here a lot of times is bale seals. I just don't find them out here. Not in England. You find them all over the place in England. And I found a bunch of these Russian ones. I think Russians did a lot of like shipping of different goods and stuff that they use these bale seals. But this is one of my favorite ones because it got a date on it. If you can see that, I need to let that come into focus. It says 1775 on it. It's got a bunch of writing on it. They're made out of lead, and yeah, just let's see if we can get that to focus. Yeah, just really cool lead bale seal. There's another one here that's got some more writing on it too, but hard to. I can't read it, of course, but let's see what this looks like. You see all the writing on that one? That's a pretty cool one right there. Yeah. All right. And in buttons, you find a lot of buttons over there. Well, check out this musket ball. Like, I should get you something in comparison. Well, here, let's just do that. There's a lady's size 7 ring right there. And look at this musket ball. That won't fit inside there. That won't fit all the way through there. A lady size 7. So I don't know what diameter that is, but that is one of the biggest musket balls I've ever seen. Still got the little nipple on the top of there. But crazy, right? Huge. All kinds of buttons, like one of these old ball buttons. Yeah. Yeah, it's where the shank was. There's a piece in there that broke off. So the shank's probably in it. This button cracks me up just because look how big and puffy this button is. It's huge and it's puffy. And I asked the organizer over there in England. I thought it really had something. And I asked him, I said, look at this button. And he's like, yeah, puffy button. And I was like, is it old? He said, not exceptionally old. Probably 1700s. Probably 1700s. It's older we can get here in Colorado, I'll tell you that. So let me check the chat, see how people are doing. Boy, I see a lot of conversations going on. Finding America. Hey, great to see you, Greg. And I'm glad you're here because what I want to do is I want to head right over here and show somebody one of your finds that you pulled here. I love it when these things are found and you're always seeming to find it. Everyone check this out. Let me head on over here to Finding America. Have this pulled up. Let's go and head back here and check out these toy guns that Greg found. Look at this. I love finding toy guns, man. They're just such a piece of Americana that, you find them, and especially whole like that, all in pretty good shape. I mean, how often do you do that? And I think on this one video, Greg pulled a couple of them. So it was amazing. I just have this teed up for just this one little spot, but yeah, check that out. How cool is that? Yeah, 1950s, 60s, not terribly old, but boy, definitely old when it comes to pieces of Americana, pieces of our past, I mean, look at that kid, man. Who wouldn't want to play with a gun like that when you were that age? So congratulations, Greg. Great find there. Get over here on this. There we go. Great job, Greg. Yeah, you found a lot of them, absolutely. In that one video, right? I think there was 2 or 3 in that one video, and then you found them plenty before in the past. But hey, Wes, good luck to you if you're still hanging on there. Good luck, man. Happy hunting to you, and Merry Christmas if I don't talk to you. Yeah, I was just looking through some of my stuff. Found this old. I don't know if this is gonna come up. I don't have a lighting set up right for this, but. It says U.S. Army on it. It's this old utility button or underwear button or whatever. I don't think it's military because we found this at a conservation camp, a Colorado Conservation Corps camp. So I think it was just part of the uniforms. that the Army issued to, make these uniforms and for the Conservation Corps out there. Tons of bullets and stuff, so I didn't have too much stuff pulled. But, as Matt was in here earlier, he just got back from digging in Virginia. I know a lot of you have seen it already, but this is my little finds box from my digging in Virginia trip. Digging in Virginia 46 at Coles Hill. It was a winter camp, and I don't know how many troops were there, but there's just all kinds of grommets on the top. You got a couple eagle buttons in the middle are really crusty, a bunch of fired lead, and then that long oblong piece, it's actually got carving on it. If you can see right there, it's got carving. That's actually a bone-handled knife that one of the soldiers made, and he decorated it with all that carving, with all those striations. And then the thing in the middle is called a belt keeper. It's called a belt keeper. It fit on a soldier's belt. It's a piece of a J-hook to the right of that, and then a bunch of 3-ringers down there, a couple of Williams cleaners on the left and on the right. And I haven't looked at all the bases yet to see exactly what the bases are, but some of them have star base, and I never knew that about 3-ringers like that. Is inside the cone, inside the base, it'll have different emblems, and it'll mean certain things, like where it was manufactured, and some of them are more rare than others. So, yeah, Brian, it's exactly where I found it, at a CCC camp. So, that's exactly where that button came from. So, well, here we go again. It's telling me that it is having issues and errors. So if we start buffering, I apologize. So what's everyone doing for the holidays? We just got through the Thanksgiving holiday and got Christmas coming up, and we didn't do too much. Didn't have many family over. Just had a couple of our kids come over, and everyone tried to keep social distancing the best we could. And but yeah, we're seeing a lot of cases come up here in Colorado like crazy. They're really struggling with it. It seemed like, they said it would, right? That when the weather turned cold, cases would skyrocket, and that's exactly what has happened here. So everyone's still trying to, get through 2020 or get in 2021 and hope things get better, But got to stay positive, man. Got to stay positive. I appreciate y'all coming in tonight. I see a lot of people are still hanging in. I appreciate you guys coming along just to listen to me blabber on. Check out some of my finds here. Show you some other people's finds. We Dig It. Are you still in here? I wanted to come over here and check out your channel real quick, because you were one of the first peoples in the stream. And if we come over here to We Dig It's YouTube channel, a couple young gentlemen out here finding the silver, finding some cool finds, doing the metal detecting and not the videos. Man, you should all come over here and check out their channel. We Dig It, it's called. Whereabouts are you guys at exactly? Are you guys in St. Croix? Island of St. Croix. Now, how cool is that to be metal detecting on the island of St. Croix? So it's an entire family. It's the Wooten family, and it's a great channel. You guys, if you liked watching families get together and dig, definitely this is a good one for you to go check out. We Dig It. That's right. Digologist, you're another one that was in the chat here early today. I wanted to feature your channel here real quick. Digologist is in the house, and always doing a good job, always part of the community, and always putting out some great videos. So if you're not a fan, head on over to his channel. It was a pleasure meeting you in Pound the Ground, and yeah, just a great channel. I'm always watching his stuff coming out. He's always got some great stuff going on. Drum and Detect, he was one of the first ones in too, checking us out tonight. I want to come over here and check out his channel. He does a little drumming and does a little detecting. Just does a great job. I was checking this one out. You can see I almost made it all the way through it. Playing some Meshuggah. It gets kind of heavy, right? But it's great if you're a drummer to try to play some of these songs. It takes a lot of skill and timing, and boy, I couldn't do it. I don't know about you, but I couldn't do it. So congratulations there, buddy. Who else was in? Nick Moeller. Nick Moeller was one of the first ones in the chat tonight. I wanted to feature his channel here real quick. Nick's up in Canada. He's always doing some great giveaways. He's always doing some great hunting and coin roll hunting. So if you like that kind of stuff, coin chat and coin roll hunting and giveaways and stuff, go check out Nick Molner's channel. It's a good one. Yeah, and then amphibious detecting. Patrick was in the house real early tonight too, and Patrick and I got a chance to know each other here this year, a little close. We on the same Facebook group together, and yeah, he's really puts a lot of effort into his channel. And if you're not a fan of amphibious detecting, you have to go check it out, because just watch his style of creating videos. That's what's so unique about his channel. He gets right to the point. He jumps right into it. His edits and his cuts are real tight, so he's not going to be, leaving you hanging for quite a long time. You're always going to be engaged and you're always going to be entertained. So go check out amphibious detecting. That's right. And great job, Patrick. Metal detecting with the Silver Hunters is in the house. Alan is here. Hello, Alan. Another person I was able to fortunately meet in Pound the Ground at the event last year in 2019. It was definitely a pleasure. We didn't get a chance to dig much together, but would love to do that sometime for sure. Yeah, can you imagine drum and detect? Can you imagine going to dig on the Virgin Islands? Any of them, man. It'd just be absolutely cool. I mean, constant source of replenishing of beaches and parks and all kinds of stuff going on. So, yeah, we dig it. Congratulations, man. Amphibious detector. He's just a guy with a dream, man. That's right. You know, all of us that make videos on YouTube, right? It's a challenge. It's a challenge to make these videos and put them out and try to get people to watch them and try to watch them all the way through. YouTube will, there's certain things YouTube is looking for, and to do it well is really difficult. It's really, really difficult, as those of you that make videos know. You're like, what does it take to get somebody to watch these darn videos, right? And it's just a challenge for sure. I've jumped into it. I've really become a student of it and tried my best to apply the things I've learned, but it's still just very difficult, very difficult. Michigan Mud Digger, yeah, Digstock is going to be at the same location they did Pound the Ground, and it's coming up here next year. Said earlier, we're going to have the guys for organize that on our podcast, the podcast for Relics Radio, and they're coming up here in the next few weeks, I think, just after the first year maybe, and should be great to hear everything they have planned. I'm telling you, I was at the hunt, Pound the Ground 2019, and it was the social event of the year. I mean, it really was. There hadn't really been an event that pulled in as many YouTubers and such as that did. The Garrett happens every year, and that's a great event, and it pulls a lot of YouTubers in there, but this one seemed to really focus, like a bunch of YouTubers got together and just really pushed it, and it brought more people in. And I'm telling you, it was probably the largest gathering of YouTube metal detectorists I've ever seen or heard of since I've been in the hobby. And it was sure a lot of fun. We did this social event, a meet and greet event. The first night we were there, whew, man, I'm telling you, it was crazy, insane. The place got shut down. We had way too many people. The organizers, the owners of the building of the VOF, or the VFW hall, just got overwhelmed, and they had no idea. It was this sleepy little town in upstate New York, and they were not used to having thousands of people, or hundreds and hundreds of people descend on an event like that. So it was really cool. Hey, yeah, that's cool. We're going to do the Adventures in Dirt sponsored England trip coming out, brought to you by Amphibious Detecting. He's offered to pay for that trip for 10 of us to go. So I got to like to thank Patrick right now for his generosity in paying for 10 people to go to England this year for the Adventures in Dirt sponsored England trip. Patrick, man, amazing. So you got to be careful, because I've got the mic, you just got the chat. So whatever goes out over this is usually what becomes the truth. So you got to just be very careful what you put in the chat there, buddy. But we appreciate it. We definitely do. I'm telling you that the people got People got kicked out. I know that when we pulled up to the social event at Digstock, Jeff Lubert and myself, they weren't letting any more people in. They turned us away. So we drove around the barricade and went back and said we were going to turn around, but we didn't turn around. We dove into this commercial facility about 4 blocks down, parked in the back by all these trucks, and then hoofed it across 2 fields to get to the back of the event where everyone was kind of hanging out and smokers were out there smoking and stuff, and went inside, and it was just amazing. It was just everyone you've ever seen. Especially me with the Weekly Dirt, I've really gotten to know a lot of you through watching your videos and featuring you on the show and stuff like that, and chatting on stuff like these live streams. And yeah, it was just cool to see everyone and meet everyone. Absolutely was a blast. Shoot. So Christmas plans, digging plans, you guys gonna and oh yeah, hey, Nugget Brain Peterson, Nugget Brain Wayne there has the Watts Worldwide Association of Treasure Seekers. He'll be at the Garrett Hunt in a build stop to have he's gonna be at a booth there at the Garrett Hunt. He also has a great event coming up here in Colorado, in Mancos, Colorado. The Worldwide Association of Treasure Seekers is another treasure hunting club, gold prospecting club, metal detecting club. They're a little further south from me here in Denver. They're further south down in Southern California, or Southern Colorado. Got California on the brain. And yeah, they always put on a great event. So if you're anywhere near Colorado or Southern Colorado, you should check that out. Just look up WWATS. .org, I think it is, and you can find out more about that. Buckle Boy, LA, good to see you, man. Great to see you. Welcome to the stream. Edsel Weaver, good to see you. Just looking through here. Michigan Mud Digger's currently at an 1880s sawmill site that's now a farm field. Tons and tons of iron junk. Yep. He's removed about 70 pounds. You've got to do that, man. You've got to weed through that iron. You've got to weed through all that. You got to get a real small laser coil on your T2. I put my big one back on, but yeah, these sites we hit, and when we hit the site of the cheese factory or the old cabin or the old stage stop, you just start finding a bunch of iron, especially if you're at the livery stable or any of the places like that, the old barn area. You start finding tons of iron. Well, you put on that small little 5-inch, 4-inch coil, and it'll laser cut right through there, and you're able just to pick, that's iron, that's not iron, that's not iron, that's iron, that's not iron. And either you got to clear it all and just get it all out of there and then go deeper, or use a laser coil like that to get through it. It's a pain. But I don't know. I mean, I like the laser. I like the iron finds, just because it's part of our history. I mean, everyone's tired of square nails, but square nails to me are cool, and especially if you find some with a head on it that is unique, like a rose head nail or something, where they actually were fashioning them before they made them in a machine, when they were actually hammering them into shape. Those are the coolest. But Diggin' Richmond's in the house. Welcome. First visit, but not the last. Well, I'm glad you're here, man. Thanks. Welcome to the live stream. We're just chatting. We're just chatting away. I'm just rambling on, looking at some finds, checking out some channels. You guys let me know in the chat, who have you all been watching lately? I've been watching a lot of, I subbed to almost 900 channels now. Can you believe it? And usually how I do the Weekly Dirt is either something will catch my eye throughout the week, because I get notified whenever the people I sub to put out a new video. And if I have time, I'll watch it. Lately, I've been involved in this legal case at my work, where I've been involved with a bunch of attorneys and stuff. So my days have been legalese nonstop all day long. I haven't had much time to watch videos during the day, and in the evening, my mind's pretty spent. I'm pretty wiped out. But in the evenings or on the weekends, I can watch the videos. People call me up and, hey, man, check out this video. People email me, hey, check out this video, and give me heads up on things. But then I'm usually going back, like on the weekends, and going back a week in all my subs, and I just go through, it's probably like 5 or 6 pages of videos, and I'll go through and start looking at people's thumbnails and titles to see if there's anything there that interests me. And if it does, and I'll click on it and go into it and watch it. And if I think it's cool, if I think there's something cool about the way they filmed it, or the way they got excited about something, or just a cool find, those are the things I'll pull apart. So I'll usually pull 10 to 20 videos up on my computer screens and then start weeding them down, whittle them down from there. So that's how I go about doing it. So I will tell you that if you guys ever come up with an amazing find that you think needs to be featured on the Weekly Dirt, or, some kind of cool event that happened. I mean, dog tag returns, ring returns, all kinds of stuff like that. I'm not promising you I'll put it on, but just let me know. Send me an email. DK or Ken at adventuresindirt.com will get to me. You can send me a message on a comment on my video. I try to respond to every comment on my videos. You can find me on Facebook at Adventures in Dirt group there. Ken King on Facebook. You can come check me out. And try to get me a message and give me a heads up. Even if it's the messages I like more, though, actually, than people saying, hey, I found this thing, check out my video, I think I should be on the Weekly Dirt, are the emails that say, hey, so-and-so found a cool find. Check out their channel. I think it needs to be on the Weekly Dirt. Check out this video they put together. Because that really does help me out. It gives me a heads up, I definitely will take a look at your videos if that's what you send me and stuff, and check it out. And I've featured plenty of people by doing that, by people just giving me their own heads up. So I'm not against it. I don't want you to take that wrong. I'm not against it. I just really like those videos where people are like, hey, gone digging, found this thing, you got to check it out. And it's so cool because somebody, like, let's say for an example, like a gone digging will find something, right? And maybe I'll miss it because I'm busy and I don't get the notification or whatever the case may be. But all of a sudden I'll get 5 or 6 emails and private messages on Facebook. Hey, did you see Matt's video? Hey, check out Gone Digging. And that's the community we are in, man. That's the community. Very helpful community, helping me put on the show. And it's awesome because it gives me great ideas, and it allows me to see things that maybe I wouldn't have seen or taken the time to see had I not been pointed in that direction. So for those of you that do that, thank you very much. Digging with Deej, huge contributor to the Weekly Dirt. Always telling me about people and what they're finding out there. And I thank you for it. That's awesome. They are, right? Copperheads. Like when you guys went to that event in Pennsylvania, here just, a couple weeks ago or whatever. I mean, how cool is that, man? All those other people coming together, and you had the Historical Society there supporting it. They actually put it on the event there in Boyertown. And, just everyone's always usually really helpful, trying to support each other. I know I am. I'm always reaching out, trying to give people encouragement out there to keep going. Edsel Weaver, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yep, I just got your chat here. The people in this community are really what make it. Everyone's really helpful and stuff. I know I'll reach out to people all the time and be like, hey, what you're doing is great. People that make videos and put them on YouTube, you guys are crazy. We're all a little crazy, right? And sometimes it gets frustrating if you're not getting the kind of results you want, right? And I know a lot of people, many people that start YouTube channels, a lot of people quit. A lot of people give it up within the first year because they get frustrated that they're not, they think they're putting out really great content and they should be growing and they should be getting views and people should be discovering them. And then when they don't, sometimes it gets frustrating. So if you're ever in that boat, I just want to encourage you to continue to persist through that and to just keep turning out content. But I also encourage you to be a student of the game, to really check and be able to let go of your own desire to make certain type of content. Now, if you just want to make content and you don't want to grow your channel, you just want to put stuff out there and have your family look at it, there's plenty of channels that do that. And that's absolutely great. No problem with that at all. But if you're a channel that wants to try to grow an audience and have them be entertained by the stuff you're putting out because you put a lot of effort into it, then I encourage you to become a student of the game. Don't stop learning about what it takes to satisfy the YouTube algorithm and what it takes to gain people's clicks and to keep people watching the longest and all the things that YouTube is looking for. There's definitely best practices you can apply to increase your chances of getting viewership on your videos. There's sometimes I see channels and they just make amazing videos. They just make amazing videos, and I look and like they don't have a lot of audience and they don't have a lot of views. And I'm like, man, I can just see these few tweaks. I could just get a hold of them and send them a quick message and, a few tweaks. And I think that would change things around for them because it would satisfy the algorithm more. So I encourage you to just continue to learn there. Jim Ryan, good to see you. What's a good detector for someone just starting? I'm getting ready to put out a video on that, as a matter of fact. And I'll tell you, since you're here, Jim, depends on your price range, right? So sort of up to $300, you really can't beat the Simplex, the Nocta Macro Simplex. It's going to be more than $300 if you get the wireless headphones with it. But up to $300, Simplex is going to be your top of the line model. That's going to give you just the most of everything and it also depends on what kind of hunting you're doing. Well, with the Simplex, you get a waterproof machine. You get a machine that is incredibly responsive and can go fairly deep and just gives you everything, so you don't have to, you can be out detecting in the rain. And for under $300, that's huge. It's fully submergible. So in case you do ever want to go in the water, it's definitely the machine for you. So under $300, you can't beat that. There are others. I mean, you can get a cheap machine on Amazon for $100, sometimes $70. Where's that? This machine. This is the world's best-selling metal detector right here for as long as it's been out. It's the Bounty Hunter Tracker 4 metal detector. It's got an 8-inch concentric coil on it. That's excellent for coin shooting. It doesn't have a digital readout display on it. It's just got a needle. It's got an analog needle. But I'm telling you what, for under $100, that's a great machine. There's a couple of rules of thought for somebody that's just beginning metal detecting, right? If you just want to try something out, here's my advice for you. 1, find a treasure hunting club in your area, give them a call, contact them through their website or whatever, and say, or metal detecting club, say, hey, I'm interested in starting. Would you mind if I came out to one of your events and could somebody lend me a metal detector, let me try it out, see what I think of it? I guarantee you they'll say yes. So that's a way of you trying it out without doing any investment. But if you want to just get a detector, or somebody wants to buy you one for Christmas, like what happened with me, you can go, under $100 and get that Bounty Hunter, and then you could try to learn it and try it out, and you'll either get frustrated with it or you won't, and you'll quickly want to upgrade and you'll quickly want to jump up. My recommendation is if you can afford up to $300, get that Nocta Macro Simplex, right? That's the machine you want to get, because it's going to, even if you try it and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this for a long time, that Macro Simplex will stay with you for a while. You'll probably be tempted to upgrade, but you really won't need to for quite a while with that machine. Now, in saying that, once you go beyond $300 and you get to sort of $300 to $600, $300 to $700, whatever, you're going to probably want to go with either the Garrett AT Pro, or you're going to want to go with the Garrett Ace Apex, the brand new machine. It's multi-frequency, and it's the new one out by Garrett. You can definitely go with that one. Now, that's not waterproof. It's water resistance, but it's not waterproof. But it is multi-frequency, and that's the newest, latest technology that has the top machine out there right now. Everyone's loving it. The top machine out there, I think it's around $800, $900, right, is the Equinox 800, right? The MindLab Equinox 800. It's around $800, $900. Now, there's a 600 also. But if you're going to buy the 600, I'd just save up a little extra couple $100 and get the 800. And it is kicking butt out there, right? Anybody that has a Nox, an Equinox, and everyone just shortens it up as Nox. Anybody that has an Equinox is just going to just tell you in the chat, you got to get a Nox. It tears up every hunt I've ever been around, every event. People with Noxes are just tearing it up. Multi-frequency machine, waterproof. It's got everything. It's got bells and whistles. Don't think it likes iron very well, but there's ways around that too. So Depends how much money you got. So hope that answers your question. Sorry for those of you that had to listen to me drone on about that. There's other machines out there too that are great. I mean, I use the Technetics T2 Classic, the Technetics Patriot. Those are great machines too, but they're kind of an older technology. The best machine is the machine you learn to master. So even if you had an old, 40-year-old machine, but you learned to master that machine to where you could just hear what it was telling you, that would be the best machine for you. So think about it. Think about what you want to do with it. Do you want to be in the water? Do you not want to be in the water? Do you want to go running for cover when it was raining? All that kind of stuff. Yep. Nugget Brain Peterson said, if you're anywhere in Texas, get a hold of Keith Wills. He's a good guy. He can take care of you. I'm an affiliate with Kellyco. Kellyco signed me up for the affiliate program. I haven't done very much with it, but I can tell you that they have supplied me with all my equipment over the years. I've never been unsatisfied with the products I buy through Kellyco. The reason I agreed to be an affiliate for them is because I figured then I could recommend any product that I wanted to, whereas if I was an affiliate for a certain manufacturer, I might be tied to that one manufacturer. And that's not always the case, right? Yeah, it's better in my world if you can recommend what truly you want to recommend out to people. So kellyco.com is a great place to go to check that out. Well, I only wanted to go for about an hour here, and we're getting up to be about that hour. And a lot of you have been hanging out with me the entire show, so I want to tell you thank you for that, and I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. Copperheads, thank you very much, man. I appreciate the super chat right there. Great to have you in the chat, and congratulations again to Joe Setti for that that U.S. box plate. Amazing, absolutely amazing. But I hope that you're able to get through this 2020 and go into 2021 with some optimism that things are going to be good, that things are going to get better, and slowly by slowly things will get back to normal. And some of it won't, right? Some of it won't. I was listening to an article earlier today talking about how some things are changed forever, especially in the private sector for corporations. There's many corporations now that are realizing that they don't need to pay rent on a building to house employees because all their employees were able to work from home just fine with a little bit of loss of productivity. I think that was definitely outweighed the amount of money that they would be spending on rent and leases and such like that. Now, that's going to hurt my industry, the construction industry, because they won't be building as many office buildings. But so there are going to be some lasting changes, but slowly by slowly things will be getting back to normal. I wish that for you. I hope that if you're over in the UK, you get released and you guys can go out and do some digging. If you're here in the States, you continue to distance, you continue to follow the regulations that are put in place to the best of your ability, to the best of your wanting to, and that you and your family stay healthy through the end of 2020 here and in and throughout 2021. It was weird. It's like you would have asked me a few months ago, had I known anybody that had contacted COVID, I would have said COVID-19, I would have said no, I hadn't. But you ask me now, and yeah, there's actually quite a few people I know inside the community of metal detecting and outside the community of metal detecting that I know that have really suffered with it, and even people that have passed. So unfortunately, that's the reality we live in. But Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas from my family to yours, and I hope that you enjoy the end part of this 2020 and we get into 2021. I'll be talking about a lot of events coming up here in 2021. I'll be promoting a lot of them. And if that's the case, I hope to see you at one of those events. Absolutely. Hey, Wayne, send me your number on Messenger on Facebook, would you? I think I still have it around, but just in case, go ahead and send that to me, and I'll definitely get a hold of you. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and end here. That's all I wanted to say tonight. Thanks for hanging with me, and everyone have yourself a great night. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Another Weekly Dirt will be coming back next week. Next Thursday, we have Relics Radio at 8 p.m. Eastern on Spreaker.com. You can find all those links around various areas. You just search Relics Radio on any Google site, and it will be get you right over there for sure. Everyone, have yourself a great night. I'm DK with Adventures in Dirt, and I'll see you next time here when I go live, and then see you next Sunday on the Weekly Dirt. Okay, guys. See ya.